Good morning. Welcome to Storytime. We're going to have a fantastic day today. We're going to read stories all about bundle up. And today, you know what? Miss Tanya had to pull out some of her other clothes to bundle up this morning. I was a little chilly. Raise your hand if you was a little cold this morning. Yeah. Okay, put your hands down. I was too. I had to wear my jacket. I had to wear my hood on my head. And I even found my gloves because I was a little chilly this morning. Did you see my little secret up there? That's all the fun things that I like to wear when it's really cold outside. And that I'll tell you about that pair in a few minutes. But this, let me show you. This is my, like one of my favorite hats. One of our staff makes these hats, and then it's pretty. These are all of my favorite colors. So she made that hat, and I really, really like that hat. Oh, let me show you my mittens. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Do you think these are mine? No, what's wrong with them?
They're too small.
You think so? Wait a minute. Hold up. You know what? You may be right. These are like way too small for me. They look like they probably can fit one of you. Yeah. So I won't wear these because they're too small. And I probably won't wear this pair because it looks like the same size. They're too small. But these are, you know what? This is what I had on this morning. So these are mine. So these are my gloves. You know? So, yeah. These are just right for me. Just right for me. And then here's my hat and my scarf. So when it's cold outside, you have to bundle up. And we're going to read some fun stories about articles of clothing. And moms, our reading skill today is narrative skills. So we want to be able to tell stories to our children and for them to know how the story goes, okay? Because that's based on repetition. That's how you know some of the stories that you already have in your head. Like the Three Little Pigs. You know that story by heart because you've heard it over and over again. Okay, the Three Billy Goats Gruff. You probably know that story because you've heard that over and over again. So we're going to talk about narrative skills a little later. But first, I want to show you what's in my... Now, last week we did something super fantastic. We finished up the entire alphabet. We learned the last letter was Z. So what we're going to do is we're going to review some of them, okay? So here's my apron. I have something in my pocket. It's the letters of the week, and I keep them very close to me, but you can take a peek, and I bet that you can guess if I think about my clues. I'll take them out and show you. Which letters do you choose? So, since we're starting all over again, you may have a hint. Let me see what's in my first. Oh, look.
An apron! An apron!
I love aprons, but wait a minute. Do you think this is for me? No.
It's too small.
I have a lot of things that's too small. So this is my apron. Okay. Let's see what else I have in my apron pocket. Oh, something else with the letter. I think it's
Fish.
It's a fish.
It's an apple.
It's an apple. And it's up. Look at that. There's a little worm in it. Oh, we don't like apples with worms, do we? No, but this is a fun.
I like worms.
But I like gummy worms, but not worms in this apple. No.
Worms.
Yeah, do you like worms? But we don't eat them, do we? No, not the ones. No, not the ones that
I like worms.
I bet. So look, we started, you know, oh, let's see what's in here. Oh, look what I have. An acorn. Yes, oh, look. Teeny tiny apron.
That looks like an apron, like for Molly.
For like a doll or something.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Ooh.
Crocodile.
An alligator.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what this is? I tell you, the smartest kids show up here on Wednesday. Anchor. And ooh, look at this teeny tiny ant. So our letter must be A. Do we remember how to make the letter A? Yeah, this is like really super easy. We can make the letter A. Okay, so since I said we had two, the next one must be the next alphabet. Oh.
A bottle.
These are for babies, right? A bottle.
Yeah.
And ooh, a bell. And let's see what else. Make sure I have everything out. Ooh. See some fun stuff in here.
Another bottle.
Oh, another bottle. Look at this. That looks like a doll. Oh, this is so much fun.
A boat.
Boat.
A boat.
A basketball. Oh,
Another basketball game is
another bell.
Oh, another bell.
Ooh,
A bat.
a bat.
Yeah, make it for dragon. Banana. I don't think
So our next letter must be the letter B. This is it. A. B. A.
B.
Good job. You guys are like the smartest ever. You are super fantastic. You do a super fantastic job. So let's see. Oh boy, I have lots of help with this today. Ooh. Let's see what I have in here. Oh, this is going to be easy. I am looking for something that's a word that starts with the letter B, and then I'm going to find the rhyming sound. So I found the word is B. And I need something that sounds like B. Super easy. I'm going to do this. B and this is my favorite. B and pie.
No!
That doesn't rhyme?
B. Don't sound the same at all.
Oh, you're so right. Okay, let's try this again. B and, oh, here we are. B and cap. Does that
It sounds like this. Oh.
I am going to have to say it out loud, and then that's a good technique, Chef. Let me see.
It's like instead of a book.
I think I have it. B and key. Does that? Yeah! My goodness, thank you so much.
That sounds like
I didn't know what I was going to do. So let's see. Who has their listening ears with them?
me. I got mine on.
You do? Okay. You need both of them today because we have two letters. So let's
So
see.
I have.
And A says ah. Every letter makes a sound. A says A. And ah.
Oh, good job.
A says A.
Let's try our next letter.
B. B says book. B says book. Every letter makes a sound. B says book.
Good job! It just wants to keep talking today. That was super fun. So let us read a fun book. Let's see. Let me get my apron off me. And we're going to read a fun book today. Let's read. Let's read this one first because Minerva Louise is my favorite chicken. I love Minerva Louise. Sometimes she does a little silliness, but I love Minerva Louise. She's like my favorite chicken. So if you're sitting on a carpet, can you do me a big favor? Sorry. Can you sit on your bottom for me? On your bottom. Good job. And can you put your hands in your lap? That way you won't hurt your neighbor, accidentally bump your neighbor, or take something that is not yours if your hands are in your lap. Good job. And if your listening ears are listening to the book and if your eyes are watching me, we're going to have a super fantastic time. A hat for Minerva Louise.
Boy, that's a long name.
I think so too. But she's a chicken. Minerva Louise loves snowy mornings. Me too.
Me too.
Her friends didn't like them one bit. They stayed inside all day with their heads tucked under their wings. Not Minerva Louise. She couldn't wait to go out exploring. Everything was so beautiful. It is when it snows. Everything is so pretty. She wanted to stay out all day, but it was too cold. If I had some warm things like you, she said, I could stay out and play. A scarf might help, but not this one. It's way too big. Wait a minute, is that a scarf?
No, that's a hoe.
A scarf looks like that. What is Minerva Louise doing?
A hoe.
And these shoes are too big too.
They're for your hands.
A hat, that's just what I need.
Okay, I can't. Okay, the bucket is a hat.
But not this one.
That flower pot.
And not this one either. It's too heavy.
It's a shoe.
Oh, that's not a hat. There must be a hat around here somewhere.
Ooh, that was cute.
I see hats up there. Minerva Louise looked outside. Everyone had on a fluffy white hat. Oh, your hat is wonderful. Where did you get it? Oh, look. What's over here? Look, I see something. Right there, that's a clue. A hat. It's perfect.
It's a mitten.
But what's this? Oh, it's two hats.
It's a mitten.
Which was just fine with Minerva Louise.
People do that.
Oh my goodness.
The end. Oh, I like that story. Oh, wait a minute. Did Minerva Louise find a hat?
No,
What did she find?
mitten.
A pair of mittens. She's so silly. She put them on her head. Oh, I like that. Oh, now this one. Oh, my goodness. This story, now I like Froggy.
I read that book.
Yes, and
I
we-
read that book.
You may have, yeah, okay, so if you read the story, we're not going to tell the ending because it's a big surprise at the end, okay? Froggy gets dressed. It looks like it's snowing now, so he must be putting on some winter clothes. He has to. This book is written by Jonathan London. I like Jonathan London. He writes some fine stories about Froggy. Froggy gets dressed. It was cold. Froggy woke up and he looked out the window. Snow, snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know frogs are supposed to sleep all winter? Wake up when the snow melts. No, cried Froggy. I'm awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks, zoop. He pulled on his boots, zoop. He put on his hat, zap. He tied on his scarf, zip. And he tugged on his mittens, zump. And he flopped out in the snow, flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. So he flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He tugged off his mittens. He untied his scarf. He took off his hat. He pulled off his boots. He left his socks on. And he slipped on his pants. Zip. Then he pulled on his boot, zoop. He put on his hat, zap. He tied on his scarf, zip. He tugged on his mittens, zoop. And he flopped outside in the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops. He cried, I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He took off his mittens. He untied his scarf. He took off his hat. He left his pants, boots, and socks on. And he buttoned up his shirt. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And then he snapped on his coat, snap, put on his hat, zap, tied on his scarf, zip, tugged on his mittens on, and he flopped back outside in the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. And he reached up. Yup. He had on his hat. What could be missing?
His underwear.
Your underwear! His mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He tugged off his mittens. He untied his scarf. He unsnapped his coat. He unbuttoned his shirt. He unzipped his pants. He pulled off his boots. He took off his socks. He left his hat on. And he slipped on his long johns with a zap of the glass stick. Then he put on one sock, zoop. He pulled on one boot, zoop. He tugged on one mitten, zoop. And he started to tug on the other. And he let it drop. And he said, oh, I'm too tired. And he went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. Yeah. Oh, that was a fun story. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Froggy forgot to put on his long underwear. You need those to keep warm in the cold. Oh my goodness. And his pants. He forgot a lot of things. He was so excited about going outside. So, our next little story. Oh, I'm going to show you that, okay? So our next little story is called Joseph Had a Little Overcoat. And so this is the book that we're going to use to try to show our narrative skills, because this book is pretty easy to learn, okay? And we're going to show you how to do this maybe with a little song at the end. So Joseph had a little overcoat. And you see this special gold sticker right here? That means this book won an award because it is just that excellent. It's so good. It has a special sticker on it. It won an award. Joseph had a little overcoat, and it was old and worn. So he made a jacket out of it. And he went to the fair. Did you see that? Look at that. Look at the pages of the book. Isn't that cool? Joseph had a little jacket. It got old and worn. So he made a vest out of it. And he danced at his nephew's wedding.
Why so angry, Mommy?
Joseph had a little vest. It got old and worn. So he made a scarf out of it. And he sang in the men's chorus. Joseph had a little scarf. It got old and worn. So he made a necktie out of it. And he went to visit his married sister in the city. Joseph had a little necktie. It got old and worn. So he made a handkerchief out of it. Wow. And he drank a glass of hot tea with lemon. Joseph had a little handkerchief. It got old and worn. What do you think he's going to make that? So he made a button. The button out of it. And he used it to fasten his suspenders. Look. It's a little teeny button. See that little hole? The little hole. Little teeny button. Joseph had a little button. One day he lost it. Uh-oh. Now he had nothing. So Joseph made a book about it, which shows you can always make something out of nothing. The end. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to do your hand just like this, like you're making a pair of scissors. And we're going to be doing some cutting in our song today. So we're going to do some cutting, just imagination with our scissors, okay? And then it goes with this book about Joseph had a little overcoat, okay?
Where did baby go?
So let's make sure Tanya remembers all the words in right here. So, my friend Joseph had a coat, E-I-E-I-O. And soon that coat was old and worn, E-I-E-I-O. With a zip zip here and a zip zip there, here zip there zip, everywhere zip zip. My friend Joseph made a jacket, E-I-E-I-O. And soon that jacket was old and worn, E-I-E-I-O. With a zip zip here and a zip zip there, here zip there zip, everywhere zip zip. My friend Joseph made a vest, E-I-E-I-O. Now, we could go on and E-I-E-I-O till we get to the end of the book, but you get the point. You can use a book and show narrative skills because soon your child will know what comes next. So they have a coat and it ends up being a jacket and then it ends up being a vest, and after a while they know that. And you know what? As your child as you read to them and you read a very familiar book with them and they start laughing before you get to the funny part, that's because they have already started learning that story in their head. And that's how you teach them narrative skills. You can also do that with any flammable story. So we have a flammable story that's quite repetitive because that's how they learn their narrative skills. by repetition. This story is the jacket I wear in the snow. We just happen to have these fluffy pieces, but sometimes if you go online, you can find pieces to stories because a lot of authors have them on their website because they want you to like their story. So you can find pieces and it will help them learn what comes next. In the story, it's a jacket and a zipper and a scarf and a hat, and they will eventually learn that story over and over. Not only will they learn it, but you will too. So you'll be able to tell it with some variations as they get older. So incorporate that with your storytelling. Oh, that was so much fun. So let me show you our activity bag today. You know what? These activity bags are so much fun. You wait until you see next week's bag. I'm going to tell you something. And it's not even Miss Fury and I that's going to make that bag so fantastic. If you know anybody from 4-H, Mr. Brent, they have been putting things in our activity bags for the last 2 years. So if you see them, say a special thank you because they come up with some fantastic things. And next week's bag, I'm going to tell you, it's all about soup, and you just wait to stick your hands on that bag. That is going to be super fun. I can't wait. I hope it's a bag left over just for myself. So today you're going to be able to make your little mittens like the tail I have there. We're just going to do some coloring. You do have some special foam pieces that you can add to your mittens and some string so we can put them together. And then you have some more activity pieces. Okay? So, in this bag, since we're talking about bundle up, we know that animals like to be nice and bundle up and want to stay warm too. This has a couple things in it, and you are going to be able to make a bird's nest. Build a nest. But this is the project, you know what, I want you to do at home, maybe later on today or this weekend, when you can continue talking about all about bundle up. This is a take-home project, okay? So, I would like for you to follow Miss Millie over to the tables. Miss Millie's going to make sure you have a seat, and she's going to help you with your craft and everything. Follow Miss Millie. She has the cart.
There you go, and we follow
everything. Are you going to go over and make the craft? Okay, come here. Stand up for me. Okay, good job. Go that way.
14. Yeah, you got
fantastic.
You know it's real. I know, right? So they can sit down on your counter for 2 weeks. You don't have to refrigerate them because they have that special coating on them. If you ever...
So at home, I hope you had a fantastic time with Storytime today. We did. You can always stop by and check out some more books all about Bundle Up, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.